Sophie sat down on the soft and purple rug. Golden light glowed from the lamp like the sun. Grandma smoothed the edges of her soft knitted shawl. The air smelled of sweet lavender and old books. Every corner of the room felt safe and warm. Little Sophie tucked her chin into her knees slowly. "Tell me a story about a hidden treasure," she whispered. Grandma smiled and touched Sophie's warm, small hand. A story is a seed that grows in the heart. This story was passed from hand to hand today. It came from Grandma to Sophie in the dark. They sat together under the glow of the lamp. The big clock on the wall ticked slowly today. Grandma pulled her silver braid over her left shoulder. "This tale is part of our family heritage," she said. Sophie looked at the old photo on the shelf. That heritage was a gift from a long time ago. It was a treasure more precious than yellow gold. "My own grandmother told me this," Grandma whispered low. She spoke about a time when the rain stopped. The ground was dry and very dusty that year. Whoosh went the wind across the empty brown fields. Everyone was hungry and waiting for a lucky sign. Birds did not sing in the dry garden anymore. A hot sun beat down on the village roofs. A tiny brown bird lived near the village path. The little sparrow had quick eyes and soft feathers. Chirp, chirp was his only song in the dry heat. One day, he found one small grain in the dirt. It was the last bit of food for miles. He wanted to eat it all by himself today. Then he saw a tired traveler walking on the road. That man looked very tired and quite thirsty now. Our small bird knew what he had to do next. Little Sparrow looked at the grain and the man. The sparrow felt a spark of kindness in his chest. The little sparrow flew down to the dusty man. He dropped the food into the traveler's open hand. Suddenly, the golden grain in the story glowed like a tiny sun. A bright light turned the whole village bright green. It was a beautiful sight for everyone to see. This was a generous gift from a small friend. Small hands caught the light and shared the grain. A story is a seed that grows in the heart. That traveler smiled and gave the grain to a child. Hope returned to the village like a warm hug. Kind people saw the sparrow and felt very brave. They began to share their own small jars of water. Soon, the dark clouds moved across the wide sky. Patter, patter fell the rain on the thirsty, dry ground. Every family planted their seeds with a big smile. This story was passed from hand to hand today. It traveled from Grandma to Sophie in the night. Neighbors learned that being generous brings the rain back. The generous village grew into a garden for everyone. Everyone had enough food to eat and share now. The story ended as the moon rose very high. Grandma tucked the blanket around Sophie's small, warm shoulders. "That sparrow was very small," Sophie murmured to herself. Elder fingers patted the top of her small head. "This lesson belongs to your whole generation right now. Each generation must keep the light burning very bright." Sophie felt the warmth of the story inside her. A story is a seed that grows in the heart. It felt like a heavy and warm golden treasure. She hugged her pillow and thought of the bird. Sophie closed her eyes and saw the green fields. She imagined the little sparrow flying through the air. The room was quiet, except for the rain outside. Patter, patter, went the drops against the cold glass window. This story was passed from hand to hand tonight. It came from Grandma to Sophie with much love. One small grain had changed the whole wide world. Our little girl felt safe in her soft bed. Her place was a link in a golden chain. The world felt very small and very kind. Silver hair shimmered as the lamp turned very low. The room was ready for a new generation today. Sophie held her blanket tight against her chin today. A story is a seed that grows in the heart. She whispered the magic words into the quiet room. Soft light danced across the old woman's face. One small grain was the hero of the tale. This heritage would stay with the girl all night. Grandma tucked the corner of the blanket one